Okay, replacing the back brakes, 2003 Acura TL Type S. And what we'll be doing here, this doesn't show well. There we go. We're going to be removing this back caliper right here. I'm removing the bracket. We're going to be removing the rotor. For this caliper, it's a 12 millimeter on the back. There's one on the top, one right there on the bottom, and that right there you might have to hold. It's a 17 millimeter, 12 millimeter. In order to get that off, you'll remove this completely, remove this one completely, and then the caliper just goes ahead and moves right on out. It's a 16 millimeter for the bracket itself, and as soon as I move the caliper, I'll show you the bolts that hold the bracket on. The front right here, these have little Phillips screws, one there, and there is one over here. I went ahead and removed it. You got to use an impact driver to loosen those up. This is like a little rubber grommet right here. That'll need to come off and put on the new rotor if you're replacing the rotor. Alright, there's the bottom one for holding the bracket on. Here's the top one, pretty close to each other. Now if you look at these brake shoes, you'll see that it's got a little wear sensor right here, just a little metal tab. For the front, it was on the top side, but on these back brakes, it's on the bottom side. So be sure and set that up right when you put the brake pads back on. This front one right here, it doesn't have any sensor at all, just that back one. I'm going to go ahead and clean up inside these tracks that the shoes slide on. Just kind of clean them up with a little bit of grease. We'll do the same with this little top spring. Just kind of clean that up, maybe grease them up just a little bit with the pad slide around. With your two screws removed, the rotor still is going to probably be seized on a little bit. If you're going to reuse your rotor, you need to softly remove it. I wouldn't suggest using a hammer. Just a piece of wood and just bang it around. That's it. Parking brake shoes inside here. We'll adjust those here in just a minute. I'm not going to replace them, just adjust them a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and remove this rubber grommet. We'll put that rubber grommet back on right there whenever we're done adjusting the brakes. We've got a screw hole here, screw hole there. Line these up. Down on the bottom is a little adjuster and like a little star wheel. You just kind of move it in an upward direction from the front to the top with your flathead screwdriver. It'll click. Just kind of check your play. A little bumblebee flying around my legs. Bad call on his side. And getting a little bit of grab there, so I'm going to go ahead and just back it back down one. And again from the front, and then just grab a tooth and bring a tooth downward. A lot less play. Let's see how that does for the parking brake. 2 clicks, and boy, that's just frozen.